Hello everyone, welcome to NoDQ Live here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/AaronRift, NoDQ. We are now fully on the road to Wrestlemania. No more roadblocks, no more fast lanes, no more B pay-per-views. 4 weeks away, a little less than 4 weeks away, until the granddaddy of them all. That's for you, Vince. WrestleMania 34. The number is also for you, Vince. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I apologize for last night's stream cutting off prematurely. Unfortunately, I had an issue with YouTube and the app crashing. Hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. Fortunately, last night it cut out as I was wrapping things up anyways. Tom McCarthy just sent in a $2 super chat donation. Thoughts on Raw ending 2 minutes early tonight? I'm happy about that. The shorter the overrun is, the happier I am, because 3 hours as it is just too darn long. How's it going, guys, in the chat room watching live? Thank you for watching. Please spread the word. Share this video on social media. I was a real savage on Twitter, by the way, tonight. I got people I'm arguing with. One guy says he will kick my butt if he sees a NoDQ beach ball at a live event. So, of course, I invited him to the NoDQ meetup coming up in Chicago on June 17th. Check out the link in the description box to RSVP. Money in the Bank weekend. Anyways, let's talk about Raw. So, Raw started off with Kurt Angle, not Kurt Angel, as some wrestling fans on YouTube refer to him as. Kurt Angle came out and announced that Brock Lesnar was not there at the arena for his scheduled segment with Roman Reigns. It was supposed to be a face-to-face confrontation between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. So no Lesnar. Lesnar no shows again. Roman Reigns came out. He was ticked off. He was angry that Lesnar no-showed again. He talked about the same stuff that he did a few weeks ago. He said it was Vince McMahon's fault. And then Reigns proceeded to go backstage and go into the gorilla position and confront Vince and Shane McMahon in the gorilla position. Now, a lot of people were upset about Shane being there. At least Kevin Owens took advantage of this. I'm not sure if this was planned out on purpose and there's going to be more to it on SmackDown, but Shane was there. Kevin Owens went on Twitter and talked about the live event that happened tonight for SmackDown somewhere in Ohio, I believe. I'm not sure which city. I just said shitty. I meant city. Wow. Sorry to everybody in Ohio for that comment. That was totally an accident. No offense to anybody in Ohio, but I'm like that guy from South Park, the shitty wall. Dayton, Ohio. Thank you for that, Colin Andrew 26. It might as well be the shitty city because Shane McMahon wasn't even there. He was on Monday Night Raw backstage with Vince. So I'm guessing that was done by design and that we will have Kevin Owens come out on SmackDown and complain about Shane not being at the live event and instead being at the Monday Night Raw episode in Detroit with his daddy, Vince McMahon. And he even referred to Vince as Shane's daddy on his tweet. So Shane was there. That got a lot of people upset. That ruffled some feathers. We had Roman Reigns confront Vince, and that led to Vince and Reigns having a meeting. By the way, Reigns referred to Brock Lesnar as Vince's boy. So basically, in the storyline, Brock Lesnar is Roman Reigns, basically. That's the whole irony of that whole storyline. But backstage, we had Vince come out of his office. Roman Reigns had stormed out. Vince announced that next week, I believe Raw's in Dallas next week, correct me if I'm wrong. Next week in Dallas, Brock Lesnar will be on Raw. Vince gave his word. He did not guarantee it, though. So will Brock Lesnar actually show up? If Vince had guaranteed it, then we could have taken that to the bank. But he just said he gave his word. Not exactly the same thing, in my opinion. Addicted Chip just left a $1.99 super chat donation. Braun Strowman and Elias are teaming up. Not necessarily, but we'll see. I'll get to that in a few minutes here. I have a theory. I've actually seen some opinions about that. Jermaine Durant just sent in a $2 super chat donation. Was this a John Cena heel turn? I will get to Cena here in a few minutes. Thank you guys for your super chat donations. Vince announced not only that Lesnar would be on the show next week, but Roman Reigns is temporarily suspended. So what does that mean? Of course, that got people buzzing. Is there something going on here? The Boston Punk says he wants moderator privileges since he runs the NoDQ Instagram account, unofficial account, but a cool account nonetheless. Boston Punk, email me nodqmisc@gmail.com and we will discuss that. Vince suspended Roman Reigns temporarily. Does that mean until next Monday's Raw? If so, it's a really stupid angle, but whatever. Hamp Connell just left a $2 super chat donation. I feel Bray will go into the lake of reincarnation and maybe come out as Husky Harris. We'll see about that. Thank you for the donation. Regarding Vince and his promo about Reigns and the whole suspension thing, it's clear WWE's trying to use not only the real story of Brock Lesnar's contract being up and possibly going to UFC to make Reigns a face, but also going back to what temporarily worked, speaking of things that are temporary, back in late 2015, WWE had that whole angle with Roman Reigns versus Vince, and it did result in Reigns getting a big babyface pop when he won the world title in Philadelphia, of all places. So now WWE's trying to use that formula again, only this time with Vince being a jerk towards Reigns, hoping that will get the crowd sympathetic towards Reigns. Cooksy97, why did they show Shane? Like I said earlier, I think it's because it's going to play into the Kevin Owens storyline. Owens is going to bring it up on SmackDown Live and say, you know, Shane, you don't even care about SmackDown Live. That's why you were at Raw instead of at the SmackDown Live event. That's what I'm assuming, at least. It could be just totally random, but I'm assuming it's part of the storyline. And I guess, as Travis W. put it, it's supposed to add more realism. That, too. The idea is that Reigns going back there and confronting Vince and Shane being there, that's breaking the fourth wall. That's breaking kayfabe, and that was real. It wasn't part of the storyline. So that, too, is part of the whole trying to get people to think this is real and blurring the lines, and that's why Shane is there as well, to make you think, oh, this isn't supposed to happen. We're not supposed to see Shane on Monday Night Raw. So I think that's part of it as well. NoDQ Virtue says, the suspended Virtue, by the way, says that I am on his big screen TV. Right on. Very cool. I appreciate it. NoDQ lotion tonight? Yeah, I will take a sip of it. Thanks for mentioning it. So let's talk about some of the other segments on Raw, because there was more to this show than just Roman Reigns and Vince. We did have John Cena come out for his big promo coming off of the pay-per-view. John Cena announced that he was going to WrestleMania as a fan. And then he proceeded to take a sip of a fan at ringside's beer. That was pretty funny. That was an entertaining segment. Cena was on fire here, getting the crowd really worked up. He tried to get the fans to do a Let's Go Roman chant, and everybody booed. Cena was great here. Converse Craig says, bye Aaron, gotta sleep, 5 a.m. comes early, I'll watch on demand. Thank you for at least tuning in and stopping by for a few minutes, I appreciate it. We have 360 live viewers, by the way, so thank you all for watching. Good turnout tonight as we get closer to WrestleMania, the show of shows. TJS asks, was the guy with the beer planted? I don't think so. His reaction, I mean, that guy was having the time of his life. This was like a Kodak moment, like something he'll remember for the rest of his life. Tom McCarthy just left a $2 super chat donation. What is the point of having Asuka on Raw? I don't get the point. we'll get to that here in a few minutes. We'll talk about Asuka. Thank you for the super chat donation. I'm trying not to bounce around too much. I know some of you get annoyed when I reference all the super chat donations. Kayfabe Candy Ass says, what's Kodak? Exactly. And I will talk about Braun Strowman here and Jeff Hardy. All that still to come on NoDQ. I got to have a hook for you guys. A reason to stay tuned in. Right now it's 11:20 Eastern. So maybe in about 15-20 minutes or so, I will talk about the whole Jeff Hardy situation and stuff that's going on in WWE heading into WrestleMania. We have a new match, of course. I will talk about that as well. Snipe says, I hate the topics of donations. So he's not a big fan. Anyways, back to the John Cena promo. Apparently the video's buffering on YouTube. I really hope I don't lose you guys here. I was ticked off. Not so much last night because I was wrapping things up, but like a month ago when I got cut off like 15 minutes in, I was ticked off. And I had to actually start a second stream. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. So John Cena said he was going to show up at WrestleMania as a fan, but then said he officially challenges The Undertaker for WrestleMania, and then cut this promo about Undertaker being selfish and having an ego. This was really weird, and, you know, earlier somebody asked me about Cena turning heel. It was a little strange. Cena ripping into The Undertaker for having an ego, for wanting to be retired after losing to Roman Reigns. Huh? That really made no sense, but it is what it is. Jason says it's lazy storytelling. I would agree on that. Steve-O just left a 99-cent super chat donation, no comment. Mohammed just sent in a $2 super chat donation. Stop reading the super chats, don't read this. And of course I proceed to read it, so there you go. The official AC says Taker does have an ego, ... Well, I think it was a little bit of a lame setup. We'll see what happens next week with Undertaker, though. I mean, we got to see the follow-up to it. John Cena acting like he was breaking the fourth wall by challenging The Undertaker. I guess we're supposed to believe Undertaker is, in fact, retired, and Cena's doing something he's not supposed to be doing. The best line was actually Cena bringing up Undertaker posting pictures and videos of himself on Michelle's Instagram, Michelle McCool, of course. That was a great line. That was really funny. That was a nice little dig at Undertaker. So I enjoyed it. Cena was really strong on the mic. The setup with him bashing Undertaker for having an ego, I mean, I think it could have been better. We'll see what happens. A lot of people want to see the American Badass return for this final match. One more match. Hashtag one more match, as John Cena puts it. That would be interesting. I would definitely be intrigued by that. Sean Mullen just left in a $5 super chat donation. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it very much. He left no comment, but feel free to leave one. TJS says Undertaker isn't too old, and then uses another quote, a battered old veteran with a bad hip. Yeah, great point, TJS. Didn't John Cena a few weeks ago just mention Undertaker having a bad hip? Actually, I think that was for the build-up for Reigns versus Cena. Hold on a second. Good lotion. Yeah, I think for the build-up for No Mercy, John Cena brought up Roman Reigns beating Undertaker, an old man with a bad hip, and now all of a sudden Undertaker's in great shape and he's not washed up or anything. So yeah, I guess we're all supposed to forget that. I actually did too. So thank you, TJS, for referencing that. Official AC says he's training and getting healthy again. But the key is Roman Reigns beat the guy with a bad hip at WrestleMania last year when Undertaker was supposed to be in prime shape. So that's the little issue with that. But it is what it is. Should still be an awesome match. The fans want to see it, even though I think we can all agree it should have been done years ago. The fans still want to see it. See, the speculation about Undertaker with American Badass is Kid Rock. Kid Rock, of course, announced for the Celebrity Ring of the Hall of Fame. What am I, Elmer Fudd? I hate when I do that. The ring, whatever. The Hall of Fame, celebrity induction. Kid Rock. What do you guys think about this? I know people have mixed feelings about the Hall of Fame in general, not just the celebrity wing, but also the other guys that go in on a regular basis. Muhammad just left a $2 super chat donation. I'm going to start an Aaron Rift chant at Raw UK. Well, good luck with that one. I'm sure all 5 people that know who I am there will make it very loud on television, but I appreciate the passion with that. Michael says, I hate Kid Rock. Dirty Little Grunge says, I want a Metallica performance. The thing about Kid Rock, at least he's done some stuff. I think the worst one was Drew Carey. I was never a fan of Drew Carey going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Trump, I mean, at least Trump was part of one of the biggest pay-per-view buy rates WWE ever had. I'm not sure how much of it was because of him, but he did have some big moments in WWE. Kid Rock made several appearances. His songs have been used for several WWE shows and video packages. The Desire promo, which I did post on NoDQ today, that was a great video package. Cocky for the Royal Rumble 2002. Kid Rock had some moments as far as a WWE celebrity persona goes. So it's not the worst one, but I agree with the official AC. Where's Cyndi Lauper? Michael says the same thing, Cyndi Lauper. I mean, she should be in there first. Mike Tyson, say what you will about his personal life, but Mike Tyson did make a big difference. Cyndi Lauper made a huge difference for WWE. Her coming in, being part of the first WrestleMania, really helping to build the rock and wrestling era. She was a big deal, and she should be in the celebrity wing if they're going to have one. Just my take on it, though. A lot of people in here saying Lemmy from Motorhead should be in the celebrity wing. I would assume with Triple H's influence, it's going to happen now sooner than later. But anyways, back to Kid Rock. Kid Rock could potentially play The Undertaker out to American Badass at WrestleMania. So maybe it's going to happen, guys. Maybe, just maybe. Dane just sent in a $2.99 donation. What's up with all the 99-cent ones? Are you guys too cheap to make it $3 or what? Just kidding. Just kidding. Thank you very much, Dane. I will live without that extra penny. Another WWE event, another Rusev Day chant. Not only that, but they also chanted for CM Punk. And by the way, CM Punk apparently is set for his upcoming fight. So stay tuned for that. I will talk about that here in a few minutes. About 10-15 minutes once this Raw review is wrapped up, I'll talk about Jeff Hardy, and I will talk about CM Punk having another shot at the UFC. All that still to come. But let's get back to Raw here. I addressed the CM Punk stuff just here for a minute, but let's get back to Raw. We had several women's segments on this show, including the announcement of a Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal at WrestleMania. I'm not sure what's going on with the Andre Battle Royal. There's been speculation that WWE was going to cut that match this year, which I think is ridiculous because you have the Andre the Giant documentary that HBO is putting out. Why would you get rid of the Andre Battle Royal this year of all years and replace it with Fabulous Moolah? And a lot of people have pointed out the past of Fabulous Moolah. If you're not familiar with her personal life and things that have gone on during her career, you can Google it. I posted a link on NoDQ's Twitter and Facebook. She doesn't have the best reputation. Let's just put it that way. And you have all these women praising her and saying all these positive things about her. It's one of those moments where you shake your head because WWE has this agenda and they're able to write their own history however they want. Unfortunately, a lot of these people that WWE praise don't exactly have the best reputations. And yeah, I mean, look it up. Same thing with Mae Young too. She's had a shady past as well. Look it up. Look up the stories, and yeah. So some people have some mixed feelings about this. SXHBK says Bailey said she grew up watching Moolah. How? Well, I mean, maybe she had tapes. I watched tapes, so I grew up watching stuff that happened when I was barely alive. So it is possible. Bam says, do you smoke weed? No, I am completely 100% straight edge. No drugs, no alcohol, don't smoke, none of that stuff. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get back to Raw. We had a big storyline with Alexa Bliss and Nya Jax. We had Asuka come out. Asuka cut a promo. Well, she started to cut a promo and then was interrupted. Speaking of interruptions, Aaron Joel just sent in a $5 super chat donation. CM Punk is a selfish crybaby. Spent 400 days as champion. Loses in UFC. What was I going to say? NFC? Loses in UFC to a nobody, and people still care. Why? Because of a 2.5-year second pipe bomb, or I'm not sure what he was saying. Something about a 2.5-minute pipe bomb, I think. Thank you for the super chat donation. Now, let's get back. I know you guys just love it when I interrupt when I'm talking about to acknowledge a super chat donation. The problem is I'll end up forgetting to read off the comment if I wait too long. So, back to the segment with Asuka. She came out, she started to cut a promo, and then we had Alexa Bliss come out with Mickie James. She was going to bring out Nya Jax to face Asuka, but Nya never showed up. And then that led to Mickie James versus Nya Jax. And I guess we can tie in CM Punk here. The crowd chanted Rusev Day, and then they chanted CM Punk, which I think part of the crowd was trying to drown it out. We're seeing that more and more now at WWE shows where fans will try to get a CM Punk chant going, and then you'll have more fans that try to drown it out and they feel it's disrespectful. So a lot of the crowd was not really into this match. I'm not sure why. I mean, Asuka's red hot right now. Asuka is now scheduled for SmackDown this week, but she's going to be on Raw next week to face Asuka. Nia Jax later on the show came out and she won a squash match, and then we had a GTV moment, sort of. After Nia Jax won her match, we saw the Titantron, and it showed Alexa Bliss and Mickie James having a chat. Apparently, they had no idea they were being filmed, and they had no idea the boom mics were picking up their comments. I think GTV actually would have been a lot better of an idea. You could have had Goldust behind it and finally resolved that storyline that never had a conclusion. I think that would have been more creative than what WWE actually did, but it is what it is. You got to just suspend disbelief and check your brain at the door, whatever. But anyways, you know, we had Jay Ramos sent in a $2 super chat donation. Where can I buy a NoDQ beach ball? I'm glad you asked that question, because you can pick up the NoDQ.com beach ball by emailing me at nodqmisc@gmail.com, and I will get back to you with the ordering information. Pick up a beach ball now. What you gonna do when NoDQ Beach Ball Mania runs wild on you? There you go. There's my little attempted Don West. You gotta be kidding me. NoDQ beach balls. They're so amazing. Right there. I can't even point to it. I'm that terrible at this. Anyways, where was I now? Okay, so back to the Alexa, Mickie James backstage segment where they were talking. They were being filmed. The mic was picking up their comments. They had no idea. They were trashing Nia. Alexa made fun of her for being fat. And enough is enough. She can't stand no more. Nia ran to the back. Alexa and Mickie James took off. Nia started screaming and destroying everything. So yeah, looks like we're going to see Alexa versus Nia Jax at WrestleMania for the women's title. And we got to see some bullying on this show. Hopefully people don't say this was really tasteless and they're fat shaming or whatever. It's a storyline. Alexa is a villain. They're trying to make a compelling storyline. So don't start crying about how this was offensive and they're making fun of fat people. It's a storyline. And Nia Jax will probably win at WrestleMania and have that big moment where she overcomes the odds and all that. And you'll have that positive story to tell. So yeah, it basically is a Nia Jax face turn is what it is. People are saying it's lazy. People are saying it's not lazy. I'm seeing different opinions in here. Cool Hand Dylan says, pretty sure Nia can handle some words. They're just words. Nick13 says, Nia never really had a proper face turn. Mark Brown says it's pointless. So I'm seeing some mixed reactions to this. Some people like it, some people don't. Next week we have Asuka versus Alexa Bliss, and I'm guessing there'll be some sort of interference, and that'll likely be Asuka's last match on Raw. I don't see Alexa really losing. I think that would be a mistake for her to lose to Asuka, but then you also can't have the streak end. So I'm assuming we're going to see some interference from Nia Jax in that match next week. We had a match that I'm not remembering now. Something with Absolution. I think it was Sonya Deville against Sasha Banks with Bayley out there. Bayley was reluctantly being there by Sasha's side. So we're seeing a little bit more development in that storyline. We'll see what happens next week with WrestleMania drawing closer. Bayley turning heel. A lot of people in the chat room think Bayley is turning heel. We'll see what happens with that. What about The Miz? He's always good. All right, let's talk about The Miz now. So we had Miz TV with Blue Balor and Seth Nitro. Those are the new names for those guys. Until Rollins gets rid of those terrible fire pants, he's going to be Seth Nitro. So we had The Miz trying to get each guy to turn on the other. Didn't work. Miz was great as usual. Miz is awesome. Miz is a great heel. Rollins did botch a line, but I've already botched like 5 lines in this video, so it is what it is. I really enjoyed Miz's performance, though. Seth Inferno. Do you guys... Well, the pants remind me of Monday Nitro, and somebody even said on Twitter it's like Nitro versus Thunder, with Seth Rollins having the fire pants and Finn Balor having the blue pants like Thunder. Seth Nitro and Finn Thunder. There you go. I like it. I like it. We're just going to call him Finn Thunder from now on until he gets rid of the blue tights. No Joe for Mania, says Jeremiah. Not necessarily. We'll talk about that in a few minutes here. Hot Pants Rollins. Seth Day Night Heat. Thunder Balor. I'm loving all these comments in the chat room, all these different names for these guys. Seth Nitro and Finn Thunder. They had a match one-on-one, and Finn Thunder actually picked up the win. He beat Seth Nitro, and that further sets up the triple threat match. Time will tell if Joe will be added to the match, or if Joe's going to be added to another match, or if Joe is going to miss WrestleMania for a second year, which would really suck. It would really suck if Samoa Joe did not get a WrestleMania match for the second year in a row. So I'm hoping he's going to be back next week or in 2 weeks and gets to be part of WrestleMania in some fashion. Jushin Thunder Balor. There you go. Burn It Club. Blue Tista. Great Balls of Rollins should be a pay-per-view. You guys are great in the chat room with all your little phrases here. The Blazing Balors. Finn Tista. Tell Finn to quit smiling, says Braden. I don't care what you call him, LOL. Ryan says the Harlem Heat Rollins comment had me laughing my ass off. There you go. I don't think Ronda Rousey was on this show tonight. I thought she was scheduled for every single Raw, but they did show a lot of video packages. We certainly got our fair share of video packages on tonight's show. I know we saw another recap of that Ronda Rousey promo with Kurt Angle from a week or 2 ago. Sam says John Cena took a sip of beer doesn't mean the Attitude Era is back. If I took a sip of beer, that would mean the Attitude Era is back. And that's not going to happen. So it's not coming back, guys. Jam says, will Kane be at WrestleMania? Possibly. I'll get to that in a few minutes here. I mean, there is a possibility for that. I don't know if there's going to be 2 Battle Royals or not. I think it's overkill personally. And I really think it's weird to not have an Andre Battle Royal with the documentary coming up soon. By the way, we're almost at 400 live viewers. So thank you guys so much for watching live. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please share it and subscribe. Click that subscribe button. Click on the bell icon so you can get notifications to get the latest news updates as they become available. Tommy says, a $2 super chat donation, 5,000 views, sip a beer. No, I will not do that. No sip of beer. That's not a stipulation. That's non-negotiable. All right, so what else do we have to cover here? Okay, TJS mentioned Ultimate Deletion. There was a preview for it. We got to see, to my knowledge, the first appearance on Raw of Rebby, Senor Benjamin, Vanguard 1, and Maxwell and Wolfgang, the whole crew, the whole Hardy clan. I think it was the first time. Oh, by the way, I love that backstage segment with Kurt Angle asking the referee if he'll referee the Ultimate Deletion match, and the referee's like, what did I do wrong? That was great. I thought that was really funny. Spike the Big Bad just sent a $2 super chat donation. Do you think another draft is necessary? If you do it once a year, I think it's good to shake things up. And actually, we did get a tease of that. The Bar mentioned it during their promo that there was going to be a superstar shakeup in a couple of weeks. And then, of course, they said they wanted to be traded to SmackDown. Kurt Angle said no. Instead, there was going to be a tag team battle royal to determine the challengers for the Bar at WrestleMania. Ooh, savage. Kayfabe Candy Ass with the savage line of the night. The finish to Ultimate Deletion is Jeff Hardy crashing the dilapidated boat. Damn. Damn, son. That was harsh. Kayfabe Candy Ass with the savage line of the night. That's going to be a new thing here. Kayfabe Candy Ass, you just created a new concept for NoDQ Live. The savage line of the night. Every show, every NoDQ Live, I will have a savage line of the night from the chat room. Kayfabe Candy Ass, you have just made history. It's historic. Congratulations, Kayfabe Candy Ass. What do I win, he says. You win a Barry Horowitz pat on the back. There you go. Let's move on here and talk about the main event, which was Brother Nero says I'm lame. We know that already. You don't have to say it. Tommy just sent in a $2 super chat donation. Tommy McGrogan. Savage line of the night, Chris Benoit. Ouch. He just wanted to mention Chris Benoit. He just wanted to be controversial and get me demonetized. Oh, wait, I'm already demonetized for this video. I forgot. So, yeah, Chris Benoit, Chris Benoit, Chris Benoit. Say Chris Benoit 3 times into the mirror, what happens? Anyways, let's move on to the main event, the Tag Team Battle Royal, which consisted of a bunch of teams, including The Revival, Anderson, and Gallows. And they all proceeded to get those hands. We had Braun Strowman come out and appear in the Tag Team Battle Royal, and Strowman won the whole thing, of course. So the entire tag team division has been given the old Triple H shovel, and now Braun Strowman, the tease at the end of Raw is, will this stand? Even though the referee allowed it and the whole match took place. If it wasn't going to stand, wouldn't Kurt Angle just come out and say, no, Braun, you can't be in this match? So, yeah, nice try at a cliffhanger there, WWE. Not really buying into it that much. But the question is, will we see Strowman get a partner, or will it be 1-on-2? That's the question. This is where I talk about Samoa Joe and maybe even Kane. We could see Braun Strowman with a partner to face the Bar at WrestleMania, even though 1-on-2, I think most fans would think Braun Strowman would win. People are saying Elias. I think Elias is going to do a non-wrestling segment at WrestleMania, if I had to make a prediction. I think Elias is going to do a song, and then Jeff Jarrett is going to come out and hit Elias with a guitar. If I had to make a prediction for WrestleMania, I think Elias will do a non-wrestling segment. I think we could potentially see Samoa Joe show up as Strowman's partner, the two monsters against the Bar. That would be interesting. Yeah, I got to do a poll, Sean Flick. I definitely got to do a poll on this. Who should be Braun Strowman's partner at WrestleMania? Thank you for that. You're good for business, giving me good ideas for the polls. Several people also mentioning Big Show as a possibility. Big Show could come back and team up with Braun Strowman. Todrick says Strowman is too strong for a partner. So I will put that in the poll as well. TK says Strowman just needs a piano. Oh, thank you for mentioning that. What a cringy segment. I mean, that was almost more cringy than the NoDQ Beach Ball commercial. We had Strowman doing his promo with the text, and it said piano there. That was so dumb. So lame. Don't do it with Strowman. If you're going to do it for the Mixed Match Challenge and the stuff on SmackDown. Don't do it to poor old Braun Strowman. Why? Why do that to him? What will be Matt's role at WrestleMania? Well, at first I thought, maybe Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt would team up after the Ultimate Deletion and face the Bar at WrestleMania, or Matt and Jeff would reunite. But now, of course, Jeff Hardy got arrested, and that's all up in the air, what's going on with Jeff Hardy moving forward. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with the Hardys at WrestleMania. For those of you living under a rock, Jeff Hardy was, in fact, arrested Saturday night for a DWI. He was released about an hour afterwards, and he has a court date, I think, about a week or so after WrestleMania. Oh, no. Somebody said I froze. Don't tell me that, guys. Don't tell me I froze. Somebody tell me my video quality's okay. Oh, no. Somebody said I'm buffering. I'm froze. Crap. Son of a bitch. I'm just going to use profanity now. Oh, I'm back. Okay, cool. Anyways, back to our regular scheduled program. Maybe the freezing bleeped out my profanity. Okay, so for those of you that missed it, what I was saying, Jeff Hardy was arrested for DWI Saturday night. He was released about an hour later. And then he's got a court date scheduled for about a month or so from now. I think right after WrestleMania 34. Orville says it was Glacier who froze you over. Nicely said, Orville. People are saying I'm still lagging. Whatever. If I get cut off, guys, it's YouTube's fault. It wasn't my fault. Let's put it that way. Anthony says Jonathan Coachman with the botched mistaken Bo Dallas, says Rhino. Well, I do the same thing too, so can't really blame him. People said they heard me cursing. Shit. That means I'm definitely demonetized now. YouTube has reviewed your video, and your video remains demonetized. Wonderful. You guys are so happy I'm demonetized. I just know it. Anyways, so what's going to happen with Jeff Hardy? Is WWE going to punish him? Keep in mind we had one of the Usos, I forgot which one, a couple of months ago, got a DUI, DWI. I think it depends on which state you're in. I'm actually not even sure how that works with the phrasing. What's considered a DUI, DWI. I mean, basically, you're under the influence of something, whether it's alcohol or drugs, illegal drugs or legal drugs, whatnot. It was a misdemeanor, I know that. So I don't think WWE is going to do anything because they didn't do anything with... which Uso was it? Somebody said it was Jay. Okay, so I'm going to assume it was Jay. Everyone here is saying Jay, so I'm assuming I'm not being trolled by like 5 people. DJ Whitey's here with a $10 super chat donation, asking me a non-wrestling related question. What's your favorite food, Aaron? Keep up the good work. Still waiting on the beanies. Favorite food? would have to be chicken. I love chicken, but if I was on an island with no food, I think I would have pizza and just live off of pizza for the rest of my life, just because I'm on an island. Chicken, I mean, with meat, you gotta take a little bit of a break every now and then. I definitely prefer Popeyes over KFC. Anyways, enough of that. We're getting off topic here, talking about food. I love those buffalo wings, though, I gotta say. Anyways, let's move on here and get back to what we were talking about with Jeff Hardy. Jey Uso didn't get punished. The Usos are still being pushed like crazy. So I'm thinking Jeff Hardy will not be punished in the long run for this. We'll see, though. It's hard to say, because Jeff Hardy's a repeat offender, as TJS points out. It's not a guarantee that Jeff's gonna be off the hook with this one. We'll have to wait and see. A question in the chat: is Jeff still hurt? Jeff is actually ready to come back now. It's just a matter of the WWE doctors clearing him. Jeff Hardy is marketable, and let's face it, he's a bigger superstar than the Usos. Jeff Hardy's a big deal, and I think WWE will probably keep him around despite this happening. Hopefully, he will not continue to be on the decline. I think he took a breathalyzer and was something like 3 times over the legal limit. I'm not sure the exact amount, but he was about, yeah, I think it was 0.25, so that would be over 3 times the legal limit if it's 0.8. So yeah, if he was drinking a lot, then there's no excuse for that. It's extremely irresponsible, and when you're somebody who's as wealthy as Jeff Hardy, especially, I mean, there's no excuse for anybody, whether you're rich or poor. If you do not have a safe way to get home, then you don't go out. Bottom line, you stay home. You don't drink or do drugs or whatever. You find a responsible way to get home. You take Uber, Lyft, taxi, whatever, or you don't go. Bottom line. So there's no excuse. It's very irresponsible behavior. He could have killed someone, and it's messed up. And I hope he's able to get whatever help he needs. I mean, when these things happen, clearly there's something going on. And WWE, they might not bring him back because they feel he's too much of a liability. If he does it again and hurts somebody, that's really bad press for WWE. I think it could be up in the air. You know, with Jey Uso, they're still pushing him, so I guess they felt the situation with him wasn't serious enough. With Jeff, like you guys said, he's a repeat offender, and he's had issues in the past. Apparently, I'm lagging again. Son of a... I'm not gonna say it because apparently the audio's still on. So I'm not gonna pull an Alexa Bliss and say something when I think that you guys are not hearing me. Now people are saying I'm good. No lag. Okay. So that's my take on Jeff Hardy. It really sucks, and I hope he gets help and he can get his life back on track. And it's really unfortunate when you hear about wrestlers having a moment where they slip up. You know, they start to get their life back on track, and then they have a moment where they go back to those old habits. So hopefully he's able to pick himself back up and move on and better himself. So that's all I'll say about that. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest. We do have the Ultimate Deletion match next week, and I'm curious to see if Jeff Hardy was part of that match and if WWE will still air the match with Jeff Hardy in it if he was in fact part of the segment with the Ultimate Deletion. That is next week. Tom McCarthy has a good question. Why did Raw make a new intro if they didn't even show it tonight? I don't know the answer to that one. Papa Roach, the band responsible for the song that WWE is using now, Born for Greatness, they posted a video which appeared to be the new opening video for Monday Night Raw, but WWE did not use it. Tommy just left a $2 super chat donation. Do you think CM Punk will do the Chicago All-In show? I would not rule out him showing up. I cannot speak for CM Punk, though, but I think if he was going to make an appearance at any show, this would be the one, not for the money, but to help his friends. I would say there's a possibility of that. But anyways, guys, I think I covered pretty much everything here, so I will go ahead and wrap up this edition of No DQ Live. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow night for another video. Oh, CM Punk at UFC 225, and Tino just sent a $1.99 super chat donation. Which match do you think will open WrestleMania? No idea until I know the full card, so I will talk about that more here. Before I go here, let's talk about CM Punk UFC. He is coming back, at least what he's claiming on Twitter. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I had to go on my cat YouTube page just so I could see his tweets because he blocked me on the other ones. I think he's had several years to train, and that could help him. Maybe he'll win the second fight. I think he's facing that guy Michael Jackson, not the Michael Jackson that we all know, but Michael Jackson, the fighter who lost to Mickey Gall a few years back. So maybe he'll do all right. He's against a fighter who isn't considered to be as skilled as Mickey Gall, and he's had 2 more years to train. Maybe he'll do better this time around. I really don't know. I think it could go either way. I'm hopeful for his sake. It's at least a more competitive fight, and he's having fun doing it. I mean, that's what's important, that he's having a good time doing the UFC, and he's enjoying it. And hopefully for him, he has a good showing. I think if he loses this one, Mark Brown, I think he's done. I think this will be it if he loses. Even if it's a fairly competitive fight, I think he'll be done if he loses this. But anyways, that will now wrap things up for this edition of No DQ Live. Thank you all for watching. Pick up a NoDQ.com beach ball. Email me, nodqmisc@gmail.com. Oh, here we go. Hamp Connell just sent in a $2 super chat donation. You forgot to talk about Strowman and the tag team. I actually did talk about it. I mentioned Samoa Joe, Kane, Big Show as possibilities. Sam just left a $1.99 super chat donation. You guys are keeping me here from signing off. What was your rating for tonight's show? B minus, maybe. I thought the Reigns stuff with Vince was pretty good. There were some good moments on this show. I felt like there was more storyline development than usual. So yeah, I'll give it a B minus, a little bit above average. Good show. Pretty good. Now, on that note, I will wrap up this edition of No DQ Live. Pick up a No DQ beach ball, of course. NoDQmisc@gmail.com. Email me for more details. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest news and rumors. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Aaron Rift and at NoDQDOTCOM. Both of those handles work on Twitter and Facebook. Check out the unofficial NoDQ Instagram at instagram.com/NoDQDOTCOM. And that's it. That's all I got for tonight. I will be back tomorrow night. Hold on one moment. Offman Rules just said 5 more minutes. He just left the $5 super chat donation. 5 more minutes. All right. We're at the 48-minute mark here, so I'm going to go until 53 minutes. All right. So we got 5 more minutes of No DQ Live. I'm losing my voice here, but I'll keep going. I do not think we will be seeing Braun Strowman versus Hornswoggle. Since Kid Rock will be at WrestleMania, do you see American Badass Undertaker returning and Kid Rock singing his entrance? I did talk about this earlier. Favorite Metallica song. This might sound really lame, but I like Hardwired. I love that song. Older songs, I like One. That's a really good song. Nothing Else Matters. I like more the melodic songs, believe it or not. The Unforgiven, the first one. from the Black Album. Love that song. I like their melodic songs, believe it or not. Anyways, I think Enter Sandman's an overrated song. Might get some heat for that, but whatever. I know people like it because of the Sandman, you know, using that as his entrance, which is a cool entrance for him. I will say that. Where was I talking? Where was I? I missed where I was talking. I'm totally off. I'm not going to start going off about random stuff here with 5 minutes left. Let's go back to wrestling related topics. Best WrestleMania theme song. I do think there's a realistic chance. I mean, this would be a great opportunity with Kid Rock for Undertaker to come back as the American Badass and have Kid Rock do his intro at WrestleMania. Would be a great opportunity to do it. If they're going to do it, they got a great opportunity. Oh, and speaking of Metallica, you know, to tie it into wrestling, Seek and Destroy, when Sting used it. That was a really cool theme for Sting. I thought it was very fitting for him. And that's a great song as well. All right. How much time do we have left here? 3 minutes. Wait a minute. Did I just say 3 minutes? Chris May says Undertaker could ride his motorcycle. Yeah, he could come out with the motorcycle. I think the crowd... oh, real quick before I talk about Undertaker. Josh Curry said, where is the meetup in Chicago? I don't know the name of the place offhand, but if you go on Facebook and type in NoDQ's 20-year anniversary, actually it's in the description box. The direct link where the information is there, the venue, the time. Thank you, Tom. It's a pizza place. It's right by Allstate Arena. I'm not even trying to pronounce the name. Giordano's. I'm not even trying to pronounce it, but just click on the link. I'm terrible at pronouncing these Italian names. Where was I now? See, I keep getting off track here. I totally forgot what I was talking about. See, this is what happens when you guys keep me going for 5 more minutes and I have no idea what to talk about. No DQ lotion is water, baby. Where was I? Oh, wait a minute. No. I'm just trying to kill time here until I'm wrapped up. I just completely forgot what I was going to talk about. Shit. Yeah, I said the S word again. I don't care. Oh, no. Tino just left another $1.99 super chat donation. Will there be a ladder match at WrestleMania? At this point, nothing has been confirmed, but I think with more guys potentially being added to the Intercontinental title match, we could see it. Maybe we'll see a ladder match on SmackDown Live. I would not rule it out. It could happen. It's a nice variety to change things up a little bit. I see title ladder match. I mean, I like the idea. I think it's a fine thing to do, even though it is fairly lazy, just having a match for the sake of getting a bunch of guys on the show. It's always a fun match, though. Tom, I will autograph anything you want if you come to the NoDQ meetup. All right, guys, we are past 53 minutes now, so I will finally wrap up this edition of NoDQ Live. Thank you guys so much. I will be back tomorrow night for another edition of NoDQ Live. We will talk about SmackDown Live and anything I did not talk about tonight. Save your questions for tomorrow night, and I will see you guys next time.